What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing a triple Crabhammer team in the Open Great League with Kingler, Crawdaunt and Crabominable, since we did just have them all in a recent Spotlight Hour. Now initially I was going to run this team in the Summer Cup, but after going out, putting down a Glacial Lure, evolving my Crabrawler, I realised it picks up the Ice typing. For some reason I thought it was part Water, but since it's not, it doesn't even qualify for the Summer Cup, so I couldn't actually run this team at all. I could have gone with like Clowitzer, but I hadn't evolved that one either, and yeah, I just thought I've already built this really ugly looking abominable snowman, I might as well try it out, and that unfortunately makes this a lot harder to run in the Open Great League because basically any fighting type, Razor Leaf user or Charmer will completely run through this team in an instant, whereas in the Summer Cup all of those Pokemon are a little less common. But with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What is the best charge move that gets forgotten about because the Pokemon that have access to it are pretty useless in the current meta? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead into Medicham. So of course a Pokemon I didn't want to see, but Medicham is like the most common Pokemon in the meta, and I would at least like to see it in the lead rather than in the back, where I've got two Pokemon that are weak to the fighting typing. We are able to land that Crabhammer, and now we're going to shield up the Psychic, which is great for us because now I can overfarm quite significantly, go for an X-Scissor, and now I'm not quite sure that I will be able to make it to another X-Scissor here, so I swap into my Crawdaunt, and the good thing here is that even though we're taking super effective damage from these counters, we do typically resist all of the charge moves that Medicham will run. Psychic and Ice Punch are both resisted. The opponent goes for the Psychic and it is double resisted. We're able to get the Snarl farm down, come out with a Night Slash loaded, which is boosted by the way, and Night Slash does big damage to the Altaria that comes in. We're now going to wait out the switch clock here, come in with the Crabominable here, and we are going to be able to get to an Ice Punch just before they make a Sky Attack, but the opponent swaps and they perfectly catch onto an Alolan Sand Slash, which is really unfortunate. And now I'm going to try and make a catch here. I'm not able to do so, not really sure what happened there, but they go for the Drill Run. I'm now going to overfarm in this matchup and then swap into my Kingler here, just get off an X-Scissor, make sure that a Crabhammer will now be enough damage to take out the Sand Slash, but I think I'm one bubble away from reaching the Ice Punch. We go for Crabhammer, we take them out there, and we still get to the Ice Punch just in time on the CMP tie, and Ice Punch takes out Altaria, and we barely take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, we see a Swampert in the lead, so a pretty good matchup for the Kingler actually. The opponent's going to swap into Pidgeot. I'm expecting they're just going to go for a Feather Dance, so what I'm going to do is go for that Crabhammer straight away. It does a lot of damage, and now I'm just going to let this move go through. If they Brave Bird me, then fair play, but they're not going to do that. So now I'm going to reset the debuff, come in with my Crawdaunt, go for a Night Slash straight away before they get to another charge move. They do shield it up, and at this point, I think they might go for the Brave Bird, so I do shield, it is the Brave Bird, and that now allows me to fully Snarl, farm them down, come out with a Crabhammer loaded, and they do have another flying type in the back in the form of Noctowl. Crabhammer does big damage, we're even able to make it to a Night Slash before they get to a Sky Attack, and this Night Slash will now grab the final shield from the opponent. We're even able to make it to another Night Slash before they farm me down, and now at this point I'm going to swap into my Crabominable here and just force them to throw their energy. The opponent actually goes for a Shadow Ball there, probably not realizing we are part fighting, and now here I think I will be able to make it to two Ice Punches if they go for the farm down, so I do commit to the Ice Punches and not the Crabhammer, and we do just barely make it to Ice Punch number 2 before they get the farm down. Ice Punch takes out the Swampert, we're able to bubble farm down the Noctowl and take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, we see Diggersby in the lead, so a pretty good lead for us, and the opponent staying in this matchup before eventually swapping, trying to catch a Crabhammer onto their Shadow Alolan Ninetales. We're now going to go for that Crabhammer, grabbing a shield and getting the boost, and we overfarm here, go for another Crabhammer. Will they let this go through? They do, and we get another boost. They come back in with Diggersby. We're now going to go for another Crabhammer. Please, please let this go through. They do, and we one-shot the Diggersby from full health. But then they've got another Charmer in the back, and suddenly what looked like an incredible battle is now not so great for us. We do make it to the Crabhammer here. I come in with Crabominable first, and we do get the shield here. And now, is this Crabhammer gonna be enough damage from this range to take them out? No, it's barely not, and they do get the farm down there, and we do unfortunately lose that game. But what a crazy game that was. Into the next battle, we see Frostlass in the lead, so pretty decent for the entire team, although Shadow Ball basically gonna one-shot this Kingler, so I do have to respect the damage there. The opponent does shield the Crabhammer, and I'm gonna shield this up. Eventually, I think I will swap into my Crawdaunt, as I will be able to tank any move from the Frostlass, even the Shadow Ball, as it is resisted. So we go for the second Crabhammer, grabbing the shield there. We swap into Crawdaunt. The opponent responds with a Charm Clefable, which is really unfortunate because if they were running Fairy Wind, I would actually be able to take them out here. But unfortunately, Charm fully farms me down. I'm now going to have to come back in with the Kingler, as of course we've seen Crabominable doesn't handle Charm too well as it is a part fighting type. We go for the X-Scissor. I'm hoping this is enough to take them out here, and it is just about enough. They come back in with Frostlass. I think I'm just going to let the Kingler go down. Avalanche does take me out. We now come in with Crabominable here, and we should be able to shield this, and hopefully we will be able to take on whatever is in the back, but it's a Galarian Stunfisk, and that is not great. I need this Crabhammer to take them out from this range. It doesn't, and now they make it to a rock slide, and yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to live this. But we do, we're actually part fighting. I completely forgot about that, and that does cancel out the weakness from the ice typing to rock. We now make it to an ice punch just before they get to a rock slide, and we're now able to make it to a Crabhammer in time, and this will be enough damage to take out the Frostlass, and we take that game. So GG's to that opponent there, and I've also just realised I'm still wearing sunglasses. I've recorded like 4 videos back to back to back, and the first one I started recording was a Summer Cup video, which is why I was wearing the glasses, but obviously we're now in the Great League. It's a bit irrelevant, but I mean, you guys commented saying that you like the glasses, so I'll just keep them on, but we'll carry on commentating on the actual battle here as we swapped into a Crawdaunt as we led into a Pelipper. We do make it to back-to-back Night Slashes. We get the boost, but unfortunately, we're going to let it go down here. They do throw their energy there instead of farming us down, so that's actually quite nice. They do... I don't think they've only got, they might have like 1 or 2 wing attacks worth of energy, but we do get to Crabhammer, winning the CMP tie into this Pelipper, taking them out. And the opponent has a Scrafty, and now Scrafty is absolutely awful for us to see. I'm going to let this move go through. I know it's just a power punch, but honestly, I probably should have shielded that up there, because now I'm not going to make it to another move. We do land the Excuse me there, I just burped and that was gross, but hopefully you didn't hear that too much. But yeah, basically against Scrafty, there's nothing we can do. Gonna go for an Ice Punch here just for the sake of it, but yeah, it's not... They're going to just counter farm us down, counter farm down the Kingler, and we do unfortunately lose that game. But into the next battle, we see Obstagoon in the lead, another counter user. We're getting sick and tired of these counter users, but they're pretty common in this new meta as there are more ice types than previous seasons. But they're going to go for a charge move here. I'm going to respect the damage, but it's just an obstruct, which is really unfortunate. They boost their defense, lowering mine. We're going to go for the X-Scissor here, and this is super effective, but it doesn't do much damage after they did get that obstruct defense buff. We now swap to catch the next obstruct onto Crabominable here, and of course, they are going to be able to fully counter farm us down, but we go for an Ice Punch, grabbing the final shield, and the opponent doesn't commit to the farm down, which is massive for me. Obstruct doesn't take us out, but they do at least waste some of their energy. So now I'm going to wait at the switch clock, come in with the Kingler here, go for another X-Scissor, and I'm hoping this does take them out, but it doesn't because of the many defense boosts they've had so far. We come in with Crawdaunt, we have to tank another obstruct, assuming they did just go for an obstruct there, but then they come in with Delphox, and I think a Night Slash probably just takes them out from this range, and Night Slash does take them out, no boost, but we get the farm down up against Obstagoon, and they've got a Jellicent in the back, so we're actually going to be able to close out this game with the Crawdaunt here. We go for a Night Slash. This is a Crabhammer feature, so might as well go for the BM Crabhammer, and Crabhammer doesn't quite take them out, but we're able to snarl, farm them down, and take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, we see Kingler into another Medicham, so not the most ideal lead for us once again, but it's just the meta we're seeing these days. We're going to go for another Crabhammer, and this Crabhammer does connect. We get the boost as well, which is massive, although I'd have probably preferred if they shielded the first one and then let the next one go through, but it is what it is. We shield that up, and now we're going to go for an X-Scissor, and if they want to commit to the full counter farm down, we are barely going to make it to another X-Scissor. They have to go down 2 shields if if they want to maintain this matchup, and they do exactly that. But once again, we can sponge this energy onto our Crawdaunt as they blind throw a Psychic, which is resisted. Can we get the Snarl farm down? We can indeed. They come in with Lantern, and that's actually quite bad for us. We're going to go for that Night Slash straight away. Honestly, I should have thrown the other one, but I swap into Crabominable here, and we're going to be able to make it to an Ice Punch into this Noctowl, but it's not going to be the best move. It doesn't do that much damage, in all honesty. And now I'm going to shield this up, and once again, going to go for another CMB tie with this Noctowl here, over farming as much as physically possible, going for Ice Punch number 2. This will be enough damage to take out the Noctowl, and now I need the opponent to throw their energy as soon as possible. If they go for a farm down, it's going to be game over. We go for the Ice Punch there, and yeah, we're not going to be able to win this game. They do have a Thunderbolt loaded. Even if they go for Surf, that would take us out, but Thunderbolt takes out Crawdaunt, and we do lose that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next game, we see a Magnezone in the lead, so not the best lead for us, but we're hitting for double super effective damage with the Mud Shots. I'm just going to full send the Crabhammer here, and the opponent lets it go through. It one-shots them, and the opponent's just going to concede the match there, so that was actually crazy. I don't know what the opponent was thinking. They should have just shielded, but I guess they were calling an X as a bait. But into the next battle, we see Umbreon, and they swap into a Razor Leafeon here, and yeah, we just completely destroyed that last opponent, but they're going to be able to fully fast move farm down my entire team here. So who's laughing now? I mean, I'm still laughing because it's quite funny, but on the inside I'm crying because this is really sad. But yeah, I'm going to wait out the switch clock. I hope that they just throw the energy into Kingler, but they don't, and they don't allow me to get to an X-Scissor. I come in with the Crawdaunt, literally no point in shielding this. Even if we did get the Snarl farm down, I'm not taking out that Umbreon, and they did just fully sweep me with a Leafeon. But GG's to that opponent. And into the final battle of this video, we see a Noctowl in the lead. Gonna stay in this matchup initially, go for the Crabhammer on the CMP tie with the Sky Attack, and I think we will live a Sky Attack here. But Kingler is very glassy, and I'm not sure if they've got like a fighting type in the back. I kind of have to preserve the health there, so I swap into my Crawdaunt. The opponent responds with Trevenant. This is actually a really good matchup for us, especially now that Seed Bomb does cost more energy. We get to the back-to-back Night Slashes before they get to the Seed Bomb, and Night Slash takes out the Trevenant, which is huge. Now they come in with the Lantern. We do barely make it to a Night Slash in time before they get to a Surf, and Night Slash does do big damage. We get the boost, and then we get to another Night Slash on the CMP tie. The opponent gets too greedy with the overfarm, and we get another boost just for the sake of it. They take us out with a Surf. Actually, they undercharge that, so I swap into my Crabominable here, but they're too slow to swap out. We make it to an Ice Punch, and this Ice Punch takes out the Noctowl, and I think we should be pretty good here. The opponent realizes that, and they concede the match. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my response, I'm going to go with the charge move Fly. I think currently it's only learnt by flying Pikachu, so you're not going to see it in the meta at all, but it is actually a strict upgrade of Sky Attack, being the same energy and dealing 5 more damage. And if you guys did play very early on in these seasons in GBL, you'll know that Sky Attack actually also used to be 80 damage, so it's basically the pre-nerfed Sky Attack, but only on Pikachu. You're not going to see it at all. But if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.